Have you ever noticed something strange in life? The moment you stop chasing something desperately, it suddenly starts moving towards you. Whether it is success, happiness, or even people, there is a quiet strength in a person who knows how to step back without bitterness, who knows how to love without clinging, and who knows how to remain peaceful even when things are uncertain. In life, we are often taught that holding on tightly is a sign of care, but wisdom teaches something very different. The tighter we hold, the more restless we become, and restlessness slowly drains the beauty of any relationship. True connection begins not with control, but with inner balance. When a woman is deeply rooted in herself, she does not rush to be chosen. She does not measure her worth by how often someone calls or how quickly someone responds. Her happiness does not sit in someone else's pocket. This calm independence creates a powerful presence. Not because she is trying to impress, but because she is at ease with who she is. And ease is rare in a world full of emotional noise. Detachment is often misunderstood. People think it means being cold or distant, but real detachment is warm and respectful. It means caring without fear, giving without expectation, and staying without losing yourself. A detached woman listens, but she does not beg to be heard. She loves, but she does not abandon her values to be accepted. This balance sends a silent message: I respect myself. And self-respect changes the way others behave around you. When emotions are uncontrolled, reactions become sharp. Every small delay hurts, every small change feels threatening. But when someone learns to pause, to breathe, and to observe instead of reacting, their energy shifts. Calm replaces chaos, clarity replaces confusion. This calm becomes attractive because it feels safe. People are naturally drawn to those who make them feel grounded, not pressured. There is also great power in knowing that your life is meaningful with or without external validation. When a woman builds her world around growth, purpose, and peace, she stops demanding that relationships fill her emptiness. Instead, relationships become a space to share joy, not a place to seek rescue. This shift is subtle, but it transforms everything. Detachment also teaches acceptance. Acceptance that you cannot force connection, loyalty, or effort. You can only offer your best and allow others to reveal their truth. When you stop chasing, you start seeing clearly. Some people step closer with sincerity, others slowly fade away. Both outcomes are blessings because they save you from living in illusion. Attraction that comes from detachment is not loud or dramatic. It is quiet and deep. It grows from emotional maturity, from boundaries that are gentle but firm, and from a heart that is open yet steady. Such a presence does not compete or compare. It simply exists, and that existence speaks louder than words. In the end, the most powerful message you can send is not through constant explanation or effort. It is through your peace. When you are at peace with yourself, you stop asking the world to complete you. And strangely, that is the moment when the world begins to notice you the most. Life has a gentle way of teaching us that not everything grows through force. Some things grow in silence, some in patience, and some in the simple act of letting go. Many people believe that love becomes stronger when we hold on tightly, but often it becomes heavier. True connection breathes best when there is space, trust, and inner stability. A woman who learns the art of emotional detachment does not withdraw from love, she withdraws from fear. She stops fearing loss, rejection, or being misunderstood. Her actions no longer come from anxiety but from clarity. When she speaks, there is calm. When she listens, there is presence. And when she chooses to step back, there is dignity, not drama. Detachment is not about playing games or creating distance to gain attention. It is about being so deeply connected with yourself that you no longer need to prove your value. When you stop asking, "Am I enough?" you start living as if you already know the answer. This inner certainty changes the energy around you. People sense it even if they cannot explain it. Often, attraction is born not from words but from how someone makes us feel. A detached woman makes others feel relaxed. She does not overwhelm with expectations. She does not demand constant reassurance. Her presence feels like fresh air rather than pressure. And in a world where many relationships feel heavy, this lightness becomes rare and desirable. There is also wisdom in understanding that everyone is on their own journey. You cannot walk it for them, and you cannot pull them forward. Detachment allows you to love without controlling outcomes. You give space for others to show effort, commitment, and respect on their own. And when they do, the bond becomes real. When they don't, the truth becomes visible without conflict. Emotional maturity teaches us that reacting less often brings better results. Silence, when chosen consciously, can communicate more than long explanations. Stepping back can sometimes bring someone closer than chasing ever could. This is not manipulation. It is alignment with natural emotional flow. When a woman values her time, her energy, and her peace, she becomes selective without being judgmental. She understands that her worth does not increase by sacrificing herself. Instead, it shines when she honors her limits. Boundaries, when placed with kindness, become a form of self-love, and self-love is the foundation of healthy attraction. Detachment also creates resilience. When relationships face uncertainty, she does not collapse. She reflects, learns, and grows. She understands that not every ending is a failure, and not every distance is rejection. Some experiences come to teach, not to stay. Accepting this truth brings freedom. At the heart of it all, detachment is about trust. Trust in yourself and trust in life. Trust that what is meant to stay will stay without force. Trust that you will be okay even if things change. When this trust becomes natural, desperation fades, and grace takes its place. And it is this grace, quiet and unannounced, that draws people closer. Not because you tried to attract them, but because you became someone who is at peace with herself. There is a deep misunderstanding in the way we look at relationships. We often think that giving more, adjusting more, and holding on tighter will make someone value us more. But life gently shows us that value does not come from pressure, it comes from presence. When a person is at ease with themselves, their energy becomes calm, and calm has a magnetic pull of its own. A woman who practices detachment is not someone who stops caring. She is someone who stops over caring at the cost of her peace. She understands that love should add to life, not drain it. So she learns when to speak, and when silence can protect her dignity better than words. This silence is not emptiness, it is awareness. Many people feel the urge to constantly explain themselves, to justify their emotions, or to seek reassurance. This urge is rooted in insecurity, not love. When a woman becomes emotionally grounded, she no longer feels the need to convince anyone of her worth. She knows that those who truly see her will never need explanations. This self-assurance subtly shifts the dynamic of every interaction. Detachment brings clarity. Instead of guessing intentions, she observes actions. Instead of hoping someone will change, she accepts what is shown. This acceptance is powerful because it frees her from illusion. She no longer lives in imagined futures or feared outcomes. She stays present, and presence brings peace. There is also beauty in understanding that attraction grows when there is balance. When one person carries all the emotional weight, the connection becomes uneven. Detachment restores balance. It allows space for effort to flow from both sides. And effort given freely has far more value than effort demanded. When emotions are regulated, reactions soften. A delayed message no longer shakes her confidence. A difference of opinion does not feel like rejection. She responds thoughtfully instead of reacting impulsively. This emotional stability creates trust, and trust is one of the strongest foundations of attraction. Detachment teaches us a silent lesson about self-respect. Self-respect is not loud, it does not announce itself. It is seen in choices. In knowing when to walk away from disrespect. In knowing when to pause instead of pleading. In knowing that peace is more important than proving a point. People may not immediately understand this strength, but they feel it. A woman who is comfortable being alone carries a different energy. She enjoys companionship, but she does not depend on it. Her happiness comes from within, not from approval. This inner fullness makes her relationships lighter and more genuine. She shares joy instead of seeking completion. Life becomes simpler when expectations reduce. Detachment does not mean having no expectations, it means having realistic ones. It means understanding that you cannot control how others feel, but you can control how you respond. This shift removes unnecessary suffering. In the end, detachment is an act of kindness toward oneself. It is choosing peace over panic, clarity over confusion, and self-worth over validation. And when this choice becomes natural, attraction follows effortlessly, not because you tried to be appealing, but because you became emotionally whole. In our journey through relationships, we often forget one simple truth: what is meant to flow cannot be forced. When we try to hold tightly, fear quietly takes control. Fear of losing, fear of being alone, fear of not being enough. And fear, no matter how well disguised, slowly weakens connection. Peace, on the other hand, strengthens it. A woman who understands detachment understands life. She knows that love does not demand constant proof. It does not ask her to shrink, chase, or beg. Detachment is not distance from people, it is distance from unnecessary suffering. It is the wisdom to know when effort is healthy and when it becomes self-neglect. Many people confuse emotional intensity with depth. They believe that if something hurts deeply, it must be meaningful. But depth is not measured by pain. Depth is measured by stability. When a woman becomes emotionally stable, she stops riding the highs and lows of external validation. Her center remains steady even when circumstances change. Detachment allows her to respond rather than react. When someone pulls away, she does not panic. When plans change, she does not assume the worst. She gives others the freedom to be themselves while giving herself the freedom to remain calm. This maturity changes the energy of every interaction. There is a quiet confidence in knowing that your worth does not decrease when someone fails to see it. A detached woman does not chase attention because she values her energy. She knows that attention gained through desperation never lasts, but respect earned through self-respect stays longer than words. Attraction grows naturally in the presence of boundaries. Boundaries are not walls, they are guidelines for healthy connection. When a woman sets them gently but firmly, she teaches others how to treat her. She does not threaten or manipulate. She simply aligns her actions with her values. This alignment is deeply attractive because it reflects integrity. Detachment also brings freedom from expectations. Expectations often create silent contracts that others never agreed to. When these contracts are broken, disappointment follows. Detachment reduces this inner bargaining. It allows appreciation without attachment and love without fear. A woman who is detached does not abandon hope, she places it wisely. She hopes for the best, but prepares herself emotionally for all outcomes. This preparation is not pessimism, it is realism mixed with faith in herself. She knows she can handle change because she trusts her inner strength. When life becomes uncertain, her peace becomes her anchor. She understands that not every connection is meant to last forever. Some come to teach patience, some to teach boundaries, and some to teach self-worth. Detachment helps her receive these lessons without bitterness. Ultimately, detachment is not about pushing people away. It is about pulling yourself back into balance. When you are balanced, your presence becomes calm, grounded, and authentic. And authenticity has a natural pull. People feel it even if they cannot name it. When you stop chasing love and start living it within yourself, you create space for real connection to grow. And if it doesn't, you remain whole. That wholeness is the greatest strength anyone can carry. Life slowly teaches us that attachment brings expectations, and expectations bring suffering. This does not mean we stop loving or caring. It means we learn how to love wisely. When emotions are guided by awareness instead of fear, relationships become lighter and more meaningful. Detachment is not a loss of feeling, it is the refinement of it. A woman who understands detachment does not live in constant emotional urgency. She does not rush to reply just to feel relevant, nor does she hold back to create confusion. Her actions come from clarity, not insecurity. This steadiness creates a sense of emotional safety, and safety is one of the strongest foundations of attraction. Often, people believe that effort must be visible to be valuable. But silent strength is often more powerful than loud expressions. When a woman remains composed during uncertainty, she sends a message without speaking. She trusts herself. This trust changes how others perceive her. Confidence rooted in self-awareness feels calm, not arrogant. Detachment also teaches patience. Patience not with disrespect, but with life's timing. She understands that not every connection needs immediate definition. Some relationships unfold slowly, and forcing clarity too soon can disturb their natural rhythm. By allowing space, she allows truth to surface on its own. There is deep wisdom in knowing when to pause. When emotions run high, reactions become impulsive. Detachment creates a pause between feeling and response. In that pause lies power. Power to choose peace over drama, understanding over assumptions, and dignity over desperation. A woman who is detached does not confuse loneliness with lack of worth. She enjoys her own company and uses solitude to grow. Her happiness is built on purpose, learning, and inner fulfillment. Because she is not seeking rescue, she attracts connection, not dependency. Boundaries play an important role in detachment. Boundaries are not punishments, they are expressions of self-respect. When a woman honors her limits, she teaches others how to honor her too. This mutual respect forms the base of genuine attraction. Without boundaries, even love can become exhausting. Detachment also brings acceptance. Acceptance that you cannot control another person's feelings, actions, or commitment. You can only control how much access someone has to your energy. This acceptance frees the heart from constant disappointment and allows peace to settle. When someone is no longer afraid of losing, they stop tolerating what harms them. This courage is quiet but powerful. It does not shout or threaten. It simply chooses differently. And these choices slowly reshape relationships, either strengthening them or allowing them to fade naturally. In the end, detachment is an act of self-love. It is choosing inner peace over external validation. It is trusting that what truly belongs will stay without force. When a woman lives from this space, she becomes naturally attractive, not because she is trying to be noticed, but because she is deeply aligned with herself. And when alignment happens, life responds in unexpected ways. People come closer, respect deepens, and even if someone leaves, the heart remains steady. That steadiness is not weakness. It is wisdom. And when you master that, you don't need to ask anyone to stay. Those who belong will stay on their own.